Well, you can't have Tick Tock without ticks. Am I right? We will peel back the layers on some of the most intriguing and sometimes unsettling theories out there. I'm Frank Morano, and that's what we do on the radio every night at 1 a.m. on WABC. Today's topic takes us out of the realm of UFOs and into the world of ticks and biological warfare. That's right. We're talking about Lyme disease and the chilling theory that it might have been created as a bioweapon. If you've ever been bitten by a tick, you know that dreaded feeling when you spot that bullseye rash. Lyme disease carried by ticks is a serious bacterial infection that can cause all sorts of problems, fevers, fatigues, and joint pain, just to name a few. But what if I told you that some people believe Lyme disease didn't emerge naturally? Instead, it might have been part of a covert government program designed to create bioweapons. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But here's the thing. There are just enough pieces to this puzzle to make even the most skeptical among us pause for a moment. Let me give you the lay of the land. This theory traces back to a small island off the coast of Long Island, New York, Plum Island to be exact. Plum Island has long been home to a government-run animal disease research facility. And some conspiracy theorists argue that experiments carried out there in the 50s and 60s, possibly involving ticks, went horribly wrong, leading to the accidental release of Lyme disease. The first outbreak of Lyme disease was reported in the 70s in, wait for it, Lyme, Connecticut, just a stone's throw from Plum Island. Now, what makes this theory even more intriguing is the involvement of the U.S. military. That's right. During the Cold War, the U.S. government was heavily invested in biological warfare research, and some of that research allegedly involved using insects like ticks as vectors for spreading diseases. Is it really so far-fetched to think that something could have gone awry? While mainstream scientists and public health officials dismissed the idea that Lyme disease was created in a lab, the theory has gained traction over the years. And it's not just a fringe conspiracy theory at all. In 2019, the U.S. House of Representatives actually considered the possibility that Lyme disease might have been the result of a biological weapons program. Enter Congressman Chris Smith of New Jersey. In a bill he proposed, he called on the Pentagon to investigate whether the Department of Defense had experimented with ticks as bioweapons between 1950 and 1975. Smith's inquiry came after years of speculation and growing evidence that something about the Lyme disease story didn't quite add up. And here's the kicker. He wasn't just speculating. He had sources suggesting that declassified documents could reveal the truth. To give you a sense of how seriously this is being taken, go back and watch what Chris Smith said on the floor of the House. He's not the kind of person you'd usually associate with wild conspiracy theories, but his call for a full investigation shows that there's enough smoke here to warrant a closer look. So where does that leave us? Well, for now, the official stance from the CDC and mainstream scientists is that Lyme disease was naturally occurring and spread by deer ticks. But the questions remain. Could a government experiment have gone wrong? Could we be dealing with the unintended consequences of Cold War era research that prioritized weapons over ethics? At the end of the day, we may never know the full truth, but the fact that a sitting congressman is pushing for answers suggests there's more to this story than meets the eye. Whether Lyme disease came from nature or from the labs of a government facility, one thing is clear. It's not just a medical issue. It's a mystery we'll explore on the other side of midnight. I'll see you on the radio.